Bro, I don't know what's going on with Pyre Software. Dude just needs to shut his mouth. He just needs to shut up because he keeps making everything so much worse. We got some more Pirate Software updates. This dude's absolutely delusional. So what are these updates? What did he say? What did he do? Is he doubling down, tripling down again?
It's not called doubling down if you're right.
Oh my god, dude. All right, yep, this is gonna be fucking stupid. Let's go.
Just because someone says you're wrong doesn't mean you are. That's the part that's insane to me.
The part that I think is insane is when people say that you're wrong and you say, no, I'm not wrong, I'm right. When you are wrong. That's what's fucking insane.
The internet today hates a person who backs down and also hates a person that doesn't back down.
So today on my...
So that you're just saying that they hate you because you said some stupid shit that you should have stayed out of it. Oh my god, bro. This guy is so cooked. He's creating an audience of weirdos because real people are going to see this shit and they're going to be out. And I think they're already out on it. So all he's got left is an audience of weirdos.
My live stream, I covered a couple of things, like Pirate Software being absolutely delusional, as you just saw in the intro, but also going through his tweet where he was talking about the graph showcasing that maybe he didn't have a significant impact on the Stop Killing Games initiative, and that tweet getting community noted with an updated graph, which you'll see very shortly. And I'm also covering the response to the Stop Killing Games initiative from a lot of the AAA companies gathered together in the EU. This video is essentially just compiling all
So we're gonna get some extra info in there.
Those into a nice, neat little video for you guys to enjoy. Now, just a quick 20 seconds before you jump in, just keep in mind, it's a live stream. It's a bit more relaxed. I'm not being as directly analytical, but I think I still make a few good points. And if you're new here, end up enjoying the content or have been following along and haven't yet, consider subscribing or at least liking this video. Helps get it out to more people. But regardless of if you do either, thank you for watching. So
Yeah, I'm not gonna keep watching this guy's videos probably because I don't want to. I start to feel like I'm stealing content, like actually straight up stealing content whenever I make too many videos from one creator. But definitely like go down there in the description and check this guy out because this guy is fucking based.
We've got this bad boy right here. The most interesting narrative is that my videos somehow killed the initiative. This graph shows that the initiative already had a downward trend in interest when my videos dropped. My videos do not seem to have had any impact on the movement at all. And so this is the graph that he put out. And I had actually done a little bit of research myself. And now I want to show you guys the clip from my video where I...
Dude, why does he even care still? What, like, why? He keeps, like, wanting to find all of these points to make him right. And that's what he's doing every single day. And he's just trying to find all of these ways to make him look right, and he gets proven wrong at every turn. Like, and then he just moves on to something else. Well, actually, here's another reason. Here's another reason I'm right. But like, bro, just shut up, and then nobody will talk about you. We'll move on.
I'd done a bit of digging. So I went ahead and I checked through here. I matched up the view count that he had received for that video to a graph showcasing that time of day. And so you can see this is actually the day before. The part that I want you guys to listen to is towards the end here when I'm going through this. So using this graph, I could make the argument that, yeah, after Pirate posted his video, we see it go from 23,000 the day before to 14,000, and it stays going on that downward trend from when he put out his video. Now, I feel like that's just kind of being a bit petty because, like, realistically, you can't really draw that kind of correlation with a graph like that. It's easy to, but with a movement this big, it's hard to make sense of those factors. So just that part specifically, right? My biggest issue with that graph as it stands is it just does not have the data that you need to understand an impact that like a content creator is going to have on signatures like this. Unless it is like a clear, complete instant drop off, it's really hard to make that.
Well, I can tell you because of Pyre Software, a bunch of drama slop tubers, thousands of them were making videos, thousands of videos. Like if you look up Pyre Software, you're going to get a whole bunch of drama slop tubers talking about them. And they've got audiences, and they've got big audiences. Some of them are the same size or bigger than Pyre Software's audience. So of course he had an impact. Maybe not directly, maybe it was more so people talking about him, and that had the impact. But it was caused by him being an absolute fucking moron. And everybody was bringing him up. Everybody.
assumption because there's such a wide range. Like we don't know the majority of Pirate Software's audience. You know, we can't make those assumptions because we don't have those analytics. Even if it was showing like an impact like that, we'd still need to know how his video disseminated to, you know, that region where it would impact those signatures the most, and stuff that I'm probably not even covering. You can't make an understanding of any correlation with
because it was probably like drama slop tubers, you know? Because it didn't have to be a bunch of people who watched Pirate Software and they were like, oh, this guy's a moron. It was one guy watched Pirate Software, made a video about him. And then another person made a video because they saw that video was getting traction. And then a bunch of other people made videos until it became a whole fucking thing.
That graph to actual impact on the Stop Killing Games initiative. So he got community noted. I know I'm like setting it up that it's irrelevant, but I thought this was really funny. This video, because I couldn't...
That's all we're here for, man, is to make fun of retards. If it's funny, that's what we love. That's what we would rather have. I don't want to see something that's actually disgusting.
I didn't screenshot this myself because I didn't think...
I mean, I do, but, you know, I mean, that's good for content. But I don't at the same time, because it sucks when you see morons being morons. Because you want people to be smart, and you want people to make good content, and make good decisions, and have good opinions.
It would be deleted. Oh no, it's Alex. So they made this video. This is the community note that was added. The creator of the graph has made a graph detailing the first 2 months to correct the OP. And so I went ahead and did a bit of digging on that. Now, the reason it was deleted is the post was deleted by OP. Now, I don't know why the original creator deleted it. He didn't explain why he deleted it. I went through some of his history. Maybe I missed it, but the graph still stands. And also just, you know, shout out, this guy's name is on Reddit ZCK1. This is in regard to 2 archived live streams that people were able to find. And these happened before his big video talking about the Stop Killing Games initiative.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Like, you can't hide things on the internet, man. You can't get away from things. You can't say anything and expect people to not find it.
ZCK1 replied to this person saying, I found these 2. And these are archives to these 2 different days before his video got released. These were 2 live streams that he had. So this is the new updated graph. So this is the person that created the original one. Accursed Farms publishes video, European Save Gaming, currently 250K views. So this is the start of the graph. It spikes, downs, goes up again. Pirate Software, and so these 2 lines here that you're seeing, Pirate Software reviews initiative on stream, clips, views, numbers. The estimation is 1 million plus because we can't see the view numbers because the videos were deleted, the VODs were deleted. But you can see the first one here, we go up, and then the second one here, it astronomically plunges down to 10,000. Look at the difference. Drops down insanely. It starts to climb back up. Pirate Software publishes video, Stop Killing Games, currently 1.3 million. This is like kicking the dude as he's trying to climb back up, trying to get back onto his knees. Pirate just grabs him by his head and throws him down to the curb.
Yeah, this is not a good looking graph. This is pretty damning. This is a pretty damning graph. I don't trust the graphs, but it seems like it's right to me. That's how I felt it was in the algorithm at the time, especially when Pirate Software was being pushed so hard. So hard, almost as if it was artificial. I couldn't get away from him.
And drops it back down again. Pirate Software publishes Stop Killing Games 2, currently 570K views. Starts video by saying, the other day I put out a video called Stop Killing Games saying why I wouldn't support the initiative. Overall, it was actually quite positive. The analytics on it show that people really think it's a good idea. There's a huge amount of like ratio. So I think that's a good thing to include as well. But then you see that and it keeps going down. You could make the argument with this graph that he very clearly had a negative impact on it. You absolutely could. But my issue is that I still stand by what I said. We don't know Pirate's audience. It's easy to look at this, but given, you know, the speed of the internet and how that works from July, 31st to when he posted his video, the odds are that it lost a lot of steam because they weren't doing follow-up stuff. Like Ross wasn't making videos that were hitting everybody's feed. It wasn't going crazy.
Yeah, see, stuff like that is why I don't ever trust the graphs, because there's always some kind of information that you're not thinking about that's going to skew the graph. So I'd rather just not even look at graphs.
Drop off like that happens. Like watch any video.
But it is funny. It is funny. It is a pretty damning graph, gotta say, whenever you compare the views and the timing of it.
Game that gets released, it's all the craze. Check the Schedule 1 live concurrent players right now compared to when it released in the few weeks after it. You can make that argument anywhere. I just don't personally feel that we have enough data to guarantee that we can confirm what it looks like here.
Yeah, I can't confirm that Pirate Software killed it, but I can confirm that he definitely helped it gain steam because he had the wrong opinion. Actually, it wasn't even that he had the wrong opinion. He just had the facts completely wrong, and that led him to having a wrong opinion. But I also think that he got the facts wrong on purpose because he's a corporate shill. And he doesn't want the corporate shills to have to pay. They have to do the things that they need to do, that they have to do, the things that we say that we want that they should do. He thinks the devs should have all the power. But sure, let them have the power. We just won't buy them. We won't buy your games. We'll make fun of you until you absolutely crash out and have to do shit like this to try and save your ass, and it just makes everything worse.
I think that he had an impact on the Stop Killing Games initiative. I think it was sizable, but I don't want to use this graph as evidence to support that because I feel like that's me acting in bad faith. Because I already said we shouldn't be able to draw conclusions from this graph just off of this one data set alone, and I stand by that. I don't think it's fair to do so. You guys are free to do what you'd like, but I feel
Yeah, we're trying to be fair around here, unlike Pirate Software, who is being very unfair because he wants to prove himself right and everybody wrong because he is the smartest man alive.
like I need to take this stance because it's tickling me the wrong way. I feel like I would need more. I'm not a data researcher. I didn't study math in college. I didn't go to college. So that's kind of where I'm at. Feel free. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If there are any data analysts in the chat or that show up on the video, I'd love to hear your thoughts because I'm sure you're going to know a bit more than me. But I want to keep it realistic based off of what I've looked into and what I know. The timing is definitely odd. Out of anything that had come out from this, seeing this huge spike after his streams plummeting down is interesting, but
it is very, very interesting, and I think there is something to it. I just don't think that all the information is there, and I don't think the information will ever be there. I think there's just no way. But it is still fun to make fun of retards being a retard. I don't know if he had anything to do with the crash of Stop Killing Games initially, but he definitely had something to do with it gaining traction again.
I need to keep the same energy as I did when he first released his tweet showing the graph. That is the fairest thing that I could do in this. Moving on from that, Notch watched my video. The creator of Minecraft watched my video, and he's trending a little bit because he had put something very, very silly out.
Oh shit. Okay, so this is cool. I am indirectly connected to Notch now because Quintheo commented on one of my videos where I reacted to his video. And Notch is watching his videos, so I have a very loose connection to Notch, and it's fucking incredible.
Out here. Notch posts this. Hey guys, just got back to gaming after a brief break. Wait, why is there a Nepo baby doubling down over there? Which admittedly, like Pirate Software is a self-admitted, like he got his job through nepotism, or I'm sorry, his first job. I saw this and I was like, that's really funny.
What was his first job? Was that when he worked at Blizzard for 7 years?
And then this morning, I was chatting with some people, and they're like, hey, do you know that Notch referenced your video, like tweeted out your video? They were kind of being nice to me, because he didn't just he was replying to somebody else talking about this. Let me pull that up. So he's replying to someone that said, wasn't he hired before anyone knew about the family connection? And then Notch said, are you emotionally invested? And Marcos replied, no, just intellectually. And so Notch replied, here's a clip of him claiming he got the job through nepotism. And this is through me. So this comes from Pirate Nation on Twitter. This comes from Video Games Europe, statement on Stop Killing Games. So they made a reply. Well, actually, this is on April 7th. Small correction. You're going to hear me say that it came out in April. It did not come out in April. It came out July 4th, but I'm a silly little freedom breather myself, an American, and they do things different in the land of crumpets. They say, we appreciate the passion of our community. However, the decision to discontinue online services is multifaceted, never taken lightly, and must be an option for companies when an online experience is no longer commercially viable. We understand that it can be disappointing for players, but when it does happen, the industry ensures that players are given fair notice of the prospective changes in compliance with local consumer protection laws. Private servers are not always a viable alternative option for players, as the protections we put in place to secure players' data, remove illegal content, and combat unsafe community content would not exist and would leave rights holders liable. In addition, Many titles are designed from the ground up to be online only. In effect, these proposals would curtail developer choice by making these video games prohibitively expensive to create. We welcome
Yeah, what about consumer choice and consumer rights? Huh? What about that? That doesn't matter because we're not the ones who make the money. We're the ones who spend the money. We give them the money. They make the money, so they get to decide. Because they're selling the product. They made the product after all. That's not how it works, bro. The consumers decide the market. We're not just going to eat up your slop because you tell us to.
welcome the opportunity to discuss our position with policymakers and those who have led the European Citizens Initiative in the coming months. TLDR, they're quaking in their little booties. Or sorry.
Yeah, they're freaking out, man. The AAA, I guarantee AAA companies got in touch with these lobbyists and was like, hey, there's this growing movement with a lot of the biggest YouTubers and biggest streamers. We need to start, like, fighting against this. Because this might become a thing. I'm pretty sure most people are on board. Everybody except Pirate Software.
Bloody hell, mate. We're fucking scared. Who is a part of that?
Bro, come on. Racist much. Next thing you know, he's going to start bringing up the Ching Chong people in their accent.
This. These are the people that are a part of Video Games Europe. There's the chair of Video Games Europe, Warner Brother Games, Epic Games, EA, Electronic Arts, Activision, Microsoft, Nintendo of Europe, Sony Interactive, Take-Two, Matt Spencer, creator of that, Ubisoft, Square Enix, Bandai Namco.
Bro.
No shit, these people.
Yeah. All of the companies that we're saying are the worst. All of the problematic companies. Of course. It's all of them. Every single one.
People are scared. Like, are you kidding me? It is literally all of the top people. Of course they would be scared. And that's interesting because in the interview that I did with a game developer, he was saying the same stuff. He was saying exactly what this was going to be. That the follow-up was going to be all of these AAA companies having a lot more fear and expressing a lot more uncertainty and like how this is a bad idea than any indie developer.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, if they're going to be against it, then we're just not going to buy their games. It's as simple as that. Some people will, because they're fucking retarded, and they're just little piggies who like to eat up the AAA slop. They like to eat dicks, because that's the slop that AAA is feeding them. It's ground up dicks.
People that you would expect to actually have much more of an issue, especially if this expense thing was a problem. Now, again, there is a conversation to be had. There is definitely some compromise that is going to be taking place after, we start hearing this and hopefully it, continues to move forward. But that's kind of the expectation. And again, it's not like, this live service thing. It's about like allowing us to still play it well after they stop supporting it. Did you guys know that it's not doubling down if you're right?
It's not called doubling down if you're right. Just because someone says you're wrong doesn't mean you are.
Oh boy, that's one of the dumbest things that I have ever heard.
That's the part that's insane to me. The internet today hates a person who backs down and also hates a person that doesn't back down.
Yeah.
Bro, you're just wrong. That is something a person who is very wrong and can't admit it would say. Like actual egomaniac, narcissist freak.
Yeah. I was like worried that maybe that had been a clip from like way back, like maybe a couple months ago. That was yesterday. After everything that has come out, after everything.
Dude, he just can't help himself, man. He just has to shut up. Asmongold said it. He was like, bro, just don't talk about it. Just shut up. Just shut up.
Thing that has been covered, gone
You're
into
making it
detail
worse
with
for
about
yourself.
everything, the multiple.
Even if initially you were right, the fact that you keep talking about it and you won't shut up about it and you keep bringing up all of these examples saying you're right, this is the proof, and then it gets proven to be bullshit. Bro, get with the fucking program. He has completely lost the plot.
Lies through everything, every single video that I've damn near posted this last, 7 days. And all of this.
Pirate Software lost the plot because he tried to put a battle pass and microtransactions in it.
Amounts to doubling down. It's not doubling down if you're right. It's like people have had to kind of like look between the lines or just kind of like.
It's not called doubling down if you're right, but it is called doubling down if you're wrong. But there's not a world that he could see that he is wrong in this situation or ever in any situation. So it's not doubling down. He's just doubly right. Like, come on, man. What the fuck? I'm actually gonna fucking lose it. I'm on the verge of laughing hysterically. If he says anything ridiculous like that, oh my god. I'm actually gonna lose it.
Blur their eyes to see the ego. And this is just like, I don't know, what is that called? The culmination, the creme de la creme, the pinnacle of all of his ego surmounting into one singular moment.
Dude, yeah. Absolutely cooked. Oh man, I have a feeling that he's probably gonna say something today, and I'll have to make a video about this tomorrow. If you would like to see that, like and subscribe and hit the bell for all notifications.